Howdy folks, Sherry Shakti here. I want to talk to you today about an important subject called the New American Revolution. You cannot say revolution without the word evolution. And that's actually really what this is all about. Yes, things are a mess and a little scary and a lot of high emotions, a lot of thoughts and ideas bouncing around in everybody's heads, a lot of chaos. But you know, I've been trying to help people remember to find the calm inside the chaos. And also I see a lot of people asking online, what can I do? What is my role? I don't know what my role is here in this revolution. Well, I've got some ideas for you. Now, this isn't my idea. It's something that I borrowed off of someone on social media, but very much worth repeating, and I will give this person credit at the end of this message. I like to think of it as this evolution as a well-oiled machine. A machine requires many parts that do many different aspects to make the machine do its job. And so the first role we can take a look at in any kind of movement is the offender. That's a frontline person. That is someone who is willing to take the risk it all, even jail, harm, the bravest of us. But not everyone is meant to be on the front lines. That's obvious, right? Due to whatever circumstances or disposition or abilities. But in the machine, the offender is like the output of the machine. It is the action, the results of what the machine does. So that's the offender. And then we've got the defender. This person is like the casing to the machine part. It is the protector. They are often looked at as maybe a de-escalator. And so that's the defender, right? Next we have the tender, as in a tender of the fire. This person in the machine analogy would be the mechanic that provides maintenance, the caregiver, the support person, okay? So maybe you're a tender. That was a big hole. Okay, next in our list of possible roles one can play in a evolution is the mender. This would be like the mechanic that does the repairs. Be someone who is there to, fix things when they're broken, whether that be a car that's needed, to take supplies to the front lines or whatever, or cleanup, or repairing friendships and relationships and families who are ripped apart right now. So there is the mender. Next we're going to look at something I really think is cool, and it's the pretender. This person is like the engine oil, the oil in the engine, the lube, kind of like an infiltrator, very necessary. They're the behind the scenes, kind of like the mastermind behind the evolution. They're the hidden side of the movement. Very important role. And then we also have the connector. This is someone who in the machine is like the cogs, the belts, the pulleys, the nuts and bolts, right? Someone who brings the machine parts together, connecting this person to that person, to this organization, to this idea. Connectors are very important. The last role that we're going to look at today is called the upender. This is someone who is the visionary, the artist, the musician, the voice out there that's calling us to, I don't want to say calling us to arms, but calling us to stand for what we believe in, stand for what's right. These are the voices that light the fuel, like in Star Wars, the spark that lights the fire that fuels the resistance. But be careful with resistance, because resistance is also giving energy. So what you focus on persists. So we want to focus on what we want as an outcome, not what we do not desire. So put your energy toward peace and love, all those delicious things. And then lastly, I will share that this came from a creator named A.J. Hawkins, a very beautiful young lady who shared these 7 ideas of roles that one can play in the evolution of the human species. We are going through some very, very fast pace, steps of the revolution right now, and it's important to maybe figure out what your role might be in all this. And I hope I can be one of those visionaries, just kind of keeping the morale up, trying to keep people on track, keep people centered, regulate our nervous systems. But anyways, I think I found my role, and I hope this was helpful for you too. Thank you again. Thanks for taking a walk with me on this beach. Mwah.